Hello guys, this is Alex here from the Growing Younger team and Body Fit Physio. So the question we're going to discuss today is I keep eating the same things, but I pile on weight as I get older. Is that true, or is it just an excuse that some people use for putting on weight as they get older, or is that a fact? Is that something that is real? So we're going to discuss this question today based on some scientific facts. So that picture clearly demonstrates what we're seeing with many people. You know, when you are in your teens and 20s, you seem to be able to eat almost anything you want. You eat all sorts of junk and you still stay skinny. You look fit, you look healthy. And then as you get older, you know, for some people it's 20, 30 years. For others, it's only as little as 10 years later. You know, you try to eat healthy, you try to do all the right things, but for some reason, the weight just keeps piling on. So we're going to discuss whether this is real, is this true or not. So let's look at what science says, okay? So we look at some studies that actually measure your metabolic rate, or the rate at which your body burns calories when you're not moving, when you're at rest, okay? So this is your kind of the baseline, say if you're sitting down or sleeping or lying down, this is the rate at which the body burns energy, burns calories, regardless of your activity level, okay? So just to survive, the body needs to burn some calories. So in your younger days, you burn a lot more calories by default. As you can see on this graph, as we get older, particularly as we get into our 50s, 60s and beyond, our metabolic rate decreases. Okay, what that means for you is that naturally your body burns less calories every hour, every day of the week. Now, to give you some numbers, so one study we looked at, what they actually found is that people between the ages of 50 to 77, their metabolic rate has gone down by as many as 154 calories per day. Now, this is compared to younger people between the ages of 18 and 35. So what that basically means is that to stay the same weight, now I'm kind of simplifying things a little bit here, but in general terms, to stay the same weight, you need to consume 154 calories less if you're over 50, as opposed to a person in their, say, 20s or early 30s, okay? You either need to consume less calories or you need to burn more calories by that same amount, okay? So let's just discuss what 154 calories look like. So 154 calories is either one portion of ice cream, 2 chicken drumsticks, or one kind of average packet of potato chips, or 1 bottle of beer if you like your, you know, if you like beer or wine. So that's what 154 calories look like, okay? So just to emphasize again, so if you wanted to stay the same weight in your, say, 50s, you know, the same weight in your 50s as in your 20s, you would have to consume less calories by this amount, or try and burn that same number of calories by getting involved in extra amount of exercise. So when people say, I seem to be doing the same things now as I did in my 20s, but I seem to be putting weight on. Now, this is true. This is not just an excuse. That is a reality, okay? Now, the question is, what do you do about it, okay? There are people who are in their 50s and 60s and they still manage to stay fit, healthy, and look, you know, quite slim as well. So these are the things that you can try to keep your weight under control. So how do you burn 154 calories off? Now, there's a few things that you can do in your day-to-day life. You can just, you know, day-to-day activities such as mowing lawns, you know, 25 to 30 minutes of that activity will pretty much give you about 150 calories. Extra 30 minutes of walking per day is also going to help you burn that same number of calories. Gardening, 25 minutes, playing with kids, you know, something we all enjoy if you have kids or grandkids. You know, this is going to help you, you know, only 20 minutes of that activity is going to help you burn that number of calories. Stationary bike, you know, that's something you can do in the gym environment. Or, you know, those people who are involved in our Growing Younger program, you know, you could be involved in 30 to 45 minutes of, you know, doing some light weights in the gym. You'd probably need to do about 40 minutes of that activity to burn that number of calories. Now, let me remind you, if you build muscle mass, if you strengthen up, it's very important, because building more muscle mass actually helps to increase your metabolic rate as well, okay? So that graph that I showed you earlier on, let's say if you build more muscle, even in your 50s or 60s, your metabolic rate will naturally increase, okay? So it might be somewhere above the average. So your body will be burning more calories, even if you're not doing anything, even if you're sitting or lying down, just because muscle mass, it actually requires more calories just to stay alive. Therefore, you actually naturally burn more calories. So strengthening, doing some light weights is actually a good thing, also because it helps you burn more calories. So there we go. We answered this question today. So whether or not, you know, as you get older, you know, it definitely does get harder to keep the weight off, but it is possible. So these are the things that we recommend you do to keep control of your weight. Now, if this still sounds complicated, you know, sometimes you do need a bit of technical knowledge to help you lose weight effectively. Get in touch with us. You know, Growing Younger, we're on 25 Wellington Street in Howick. You can find our website, growingyounger.co.nz. Email us, get in touch, and we'll be happy to help. All the best for now.